sometimes all it takes is asking. And I've been back and forth about whether or not I was going to stay in Virginia Beach, and I decided that at least I'm going to put some roots down here and have some, organizations and figure out how to stabilize my life in this region of the world. And one of the things I'm doing with that is the Kappa Guerra Capoeira team in Virginia Beach. I just trained with 2 young men today at Waring's gym. Waring's is on the corner of 19th and Cypress, and there's a park that I go to and train every Thursday on the corner of 18th and Cypress, which shares the same parking lot with Waring's gym out the back side of it, and then it's across the street from my favorite cafe, which is Badass Coffee of Hawaii in Virginia Beach. So I trained with these 2 guys. They were just people that I met in the neighborhood. One of them works in the area, and the other one is some well-known Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson of Virginia Beach, and it was fun. It was really great. So the point here, this public service announcement, PSA, why am I tripping over that word? Public service announcement is to let people know about the training, and just that I'm building a team, so for the first dozen people that stick with it, there's going to be no charge. It's going to be completely free of charge, because I want to build a team. Because once a solid team of 12 people is built, and then we are practicing regularly in public and people can see how much fun it is and just how cool it looks, then that's a way to recruit new students who will be paying. And right now, the way that I'm onboarding people, like these 2 gentlemen that I train with today, is I'm approaching my Kappa Guerra Capoeira team training as you would a basketball pickup game, or or friends who just meet at a park somewhere to play soccer or basketball or whatever. Or even the way, one of my friends today, she was talking about how she loves to play chess. First she asked me if I played chess, and I said I was too stupid to play chess. And then she said, "You don't really need to be smart to play chess." I said, "Yeah, well, you play it." I was just messing with her. She's great. She's one of the most awesome human beings I know. She's literally one of my favorite people ever. But it's just like that, you just meet up and you play, because Capoeira has a very, very high gamified component. It's a dance, it's a game, and a martial art. And I say it in that order because those are the levels to it. And today we actually played a game. It was both of their first time, and I showed them how simple playing the game was. And so, we got down for about an hour and a half. But again, I'm just really wanting to talk about my approach. My approach to it is that it is, we're partners. Especially the first 12 people, because I do have to put a cap on how many people I am, just training without any compensation. But in actuality, this is transactional. There is compensation, because as long as they stick around, their presence and their improvement is only going to draw in other people to the group. So in essence, they will really be helping me by being part of the team and sticking around with the program. So that's, and again, I really must emphasize that it's a team environment. It's not a teacher to student environment. It's not a mestre alumno environment, right? It's none of that. I'm showing them how to play in the same way as if, for example, if my friend, when she wants to play chess, right? And I said, well, you're going to have to teach me, even though I'm going to go on a deep dive and figure out how to play myself before she does. But it would be the same thing, right? If we just got together, we met somewhere, and she started teaching me how to play chess so that we could then play chess. And she's not charging me right? She's just showing me how to play chess so that I could at least get up to a level of where I understand the rules of the game so that we can play chess. And that's the same exact thing that I'm doing with people who come and want to train with my Kappa Guerra Capoeira team in Virginia Beach. And so I've been saying Kappa Guerra, which rhymes with capoeira. That's intentional, as well as it being so many other things that is part of the team. Is that the capoeira team is my Kappa Guerra, which is my style, my specific hybrid of capoeira that I've really modified for self-defense and combat effectiveness in the ring and on the street. And so I have that, and that's why that name is there. But again, it is simply just like coming and meeting up with some friends and some associates and saying, and look, this is how we play, so let's start to play. And yeah, it can be a physically demanding sport, but that's part of it. My whole thing that I am communicating to people is healthy living and self-defense. So, and my way of offering that and communicating that is through capoeira and my Kappa Guerra teams. And Kappa Guerra is spelled Kappa Guerra, a capital K and a capital G, all one single compound word, no spaces. And so I say that just in case people, this podcast gets distributed through Apple Podcasts, through Amazon Audible, through Spotify, through iHeartRadio, on YouTube. Although it goes to the YouTube channel Kappa Guerra, I'm starting to get some good traction with these now. Because now I have this not only goes to those various different places, but it also goes to Facebook, it's going to YouTube, it's going to X, and I also have kappaguerra.com, the website, and I also have a Spreaker podcast, which is what is the main place that transmits these things. So that is how I'm sharing this sport, this art, this lifestyle, this healthy living and self-defense activity is through capoeira, Kappa Guerra martial arts, or Kappa Guerra Capoeira team Virginia Beach. And so every Thursday, like I said, I've been meeting at Cypress and 18th, where the Badass Coffee is in the Warings Gym. Warings is spelled Warings. It's a family-owned and operated business. And I usually start around there anywhere between, I would start to say that like between noon and 4 is going to be the cutoff time, just because those are good spaces of time in which I can get other things done that I'm working on and throughout the day, so I can work during the morning, stop around 11:30, get out there, play capoeira a little bit, and then hit the road by around 5 o'clock and start working again. So that's what it is right now. And until I either rent or buy my own space, I'm going to be doing it out at the park. If a group becomes big enough and everybody wants to chip in, then maybe we'll get a gym membership somewhere. It could be Warings. It just depends on, I want to make sure that it is accessible to all the people that are going to be participating. So, but this is it. And again, I'm going to repeat this again, because, kind of like, you ever seen those old school telethons where they just kind of say the thing over and over again? Well, the thing that I really want to emphasize, because people get really intimidated when they want to start something new or train a martial art or do something that's as athletic as this, and they get intimidated and they don't want to have like the kind of like hierarchy or the relationship. So that's why I'm saying it's a game. And so focus on the game aspect of it. It's a game that has a dance component and uses martial arts movements. And so that is the essence of it, that you're just coming to play. And that's what's so great about it. I just get to play all the time. Even when I'm by myself, I just go out there and I start doing moves. I practice different sequences and combos and do my best to flow from one movement to the other. And I practice a lot of the martial aspects of it because I also add Muay Thai blocks. I do elbows, knees, and I practice everything in a way as if I'm going to be, using it to strike. So that's it. But remember, it's a game. Kappa Guerra, Capoeira team, Virginia Beach. It's a place for us to meet up, listen to some music, learn the rules of the game, and play. So now I'm going to explain a little bit how I do that and how we were able to play so quickly. So I showed them the ginga, the basic swing movement. Then I showed them how to do front kicks. And then I showed them how to basically side shuffle to the left and the right and to circle. And then I showed them various different levels of how to do the esquiva, right? And you can do the esquiva upright or all the way down into various types of full lunges. I also showed them cocorinha because that's pretty straightforward. You just basically drop down into a squat like you're pooping in a squatty potty. And that's the way I explained it to them in Japan. The way I explained it to them today. And, and when I was doing it, it was funny because when I threw a kick, before I threw a kick at them, or as I was throwing the kick, I would say, take a shit. And then they would just squat down. And my kick would, fly over their head. So that's it. And you don't really need very many moves to play a decent game. Because even if it was a front kick, they could just squat down and get out of the way of the height of the front kick. And so I showed them a very simple game. I told them I'm going to overload you. I'm going to give you a lot of stuff. But, and I did a lot of other things. And I showed them various different setups for how different kicks can come from the ginga and how central it is to the art form. And we had a really good bit of fun. And I do have to, there are several different programs that I had already written out previously on hypnoathletics.com, and I think I copied and pasted to the website kappaguerra.com, but it was, a 10-week capoeira training program in which I laid out the basic moves and how they would be learned. So I'm going to find it. I may attach that link to this podcast and so it'll get on the YouTube video and all that, and go from there. But we're in full force now. The Capoeira, Kappa Guerra, or gosh, I'm mixing it up. I'm going to go get, right now I'm at Trader Joe's. I'm going to go get some coconut water. I feel like I need to hydrate with some of those natural electrolytes. So it's the Kappa Guerra, Capoeira team, Virginia Beach. And also, got to continue to put this out there. We're 2 weeks away from the first annual Virginia Beach Healthy Living Expo. It's going to be at Neptune Park and the ocean front. Going to be various different healthy living and wellness vendors out there, food, fun. There's going to be a 5K run with Coastal Edges. They're partnering with Furry Friends, so there's going to be puppy yoga, and there's going to be the 5K. There's going to be a walk to raise funds for the animal adoption program and all that. So it's going to be an excellent day. The organizers are planning on continuing the event after this inaugural event, so we should look out for that. And I think that's it. I gave shout outs to several places. Let's see, Waring's Gym, Badass Coffee of Hawaii, and the Healthy Living Expo Virginia Beach, May 2nd and May 3rd, 2026. So that's this year. I don't think I mentioned that just a second ago. And if you would like to take part and be one of the 12, then give me a call at 757-763-9621 or text me 757-763-9621. And even if nobody else meets up and it's just you and I, that's the way to go. Sometimes having a one-on-one is good, and eventually it'll get to a point where we're having a group together, and everybody's going to be learning at their own pace, and that's all good, because whether anybody's there with me or not, I'm still going to show up and train. And so you can text me or call me again, 757-763-9621, or if you know somebody who would be interested in training capoeira with the Kappa Guerra capoeira team in Virginia Beach. I am Hakeem Ali-Bocas Alexander.